Lee, we were just saying off air, you were having a chat with Richard Hill, and how nice it is to see the two rivals actually finally come together.
Yeah, well, ever since I've been at a club, there's always been a rivalry, but it's always been a friendly one and a healthy one. I think that's important. Yes, we're competitive, both sets, both clubs, but you know, if it comes to a league game, it'd be the same as anyone else. You know, you take it obviously 100% serious, but off the pitch we get on well, which is good. I think that's strong for the relationships of both clubs.
Well, as we spoke about last week, you and I were both there at Grimsby. What did you make of Eastleigh on that day? Because for me, they were second best, but only just.
Yeah, well, a good side. You know, obviously a lot of experience in the team. Richard's made some good signings, and to go from obviously getting promoted to go and be very competitive in that league is a massive. They've got to take a lot of credit for that. It's a massive task, and they've done brilliant with that. And this year, again, like us, we'll want to try and improve and go that step further.
Well, there seems to be a couple of injuries in the Havant and Waterlooville lineup today. We've just spoken to Danny Glance, who's obviously not dressed. We've just seen Nick Chardini, he's not dressed. Can I get a little bit of an update on those two injuries, if possible, please?
Yeah, Nick took a bad knock just above the knee in the Swindon Supermarine game. After 25 minutes, had to come off. He's nowhere near fit at the moment. Danny Blanchett has felt his hamstring in that game as well, so it's just precautionary with him.
Okay, and moving on to today's game, the rest of the players are fit. What sort of team can we expect from Havant and Waterlooville today?
Well, we're playing Young in goal, Dan Strugnall at right back, Warren Cummins left back. We've got Dutz and Ed Harris centre halves, Brian Stock, Adrian Clifton, Scott Donnelly in midfield, James Hayter, Marvin Morgan and Pato up front.
I'm probably going to leave myself open for ridicule here, but Ed Sanders, I believe, was playing for Bognor Regis last night. We did see him, he had a good game. Does that mean he won't be coming here, or is that still in negotiation?
No, after the game Tuesday, I spoke to him and said I don't think there's going to be anything here for him. He needs to play games. He's at that age where he's been in the development squad, he needs to go and play men's football. And I just didn't see him being ahead of my two experienced centre halves. He's a good player and a good kid, and I think he's got a good future, but at this moment in time I don't think he's ready to play in my team week in, week out.
Well, Lee, thank you very much for being honest. We will speak with you afterwards. Thank you very much.
For a second, the two teams arriving on the park. Eastleigh and the Hawks. Just continue running through the Hawks side. In goal, Ryan Young. 2, Dan Strugnall. 3 is Warren Cummins. 4, Brian Stock. 5, Brian Dutton. 6 is Ed Harris. 7, James Hayter. 8, Scott Donnelly. 9, Matt Patterson. 10, Marvin Morgan. And 11, Adrian Clifton. Just to let you know, there will be a minute's silence prior to memory of Wally Clapson, a long-term Hawks season ticket holder who passed away recently, aged 86. His funeral is on Tuesday the 21st of July at St Francis Church at 11:30 AM, then Holbert Road Cemetery. The wake is at Lee Park Working Men's Club in Dunsbury Way, so anybody who knew him is welcome to go to that. That's Wally Clapson. Thank you very much for observing that.
Mitch!
So, Lee, obviously the Hawks have won 2-0 today. It's a really good performance, wasn't it, by us?
Yeah, no, I was pleased with it. I think the players worked hard in the shape that we played today. They took the instructions onto the pitch and performed it really well. So, no, I was pleased with the effort levels that went into it, and scored a couple of good goals, and it keeps that good pattern of play going in through pre-season, and good results.
Let's talk about Scott Donnelly. First of all, his first goal was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Harry Medway done fantastic for it, won the ball back. Ben Swallow slid down the side, and good energy from Harry and a good ball, and a fantastic volley at the far post for his first goal.
And then that second one, Les just behind me said it was David Beckham-esque. I've never seen a better goal here at Wesley Park. That was superb.
Yeah, no, he's been trying to do that for a while. It's a fantastic strike on the half volley, from 10 yards inside his own half. He's got the vision and the technique to do that, and it's fitting goal for him really. I think he's been a fantastic player for us so far, and he looks like he's going to keep his standards up.
It must be nice for you though, as the manager of this club, to have a player like that. You did it last season, of course, was named in the non-league papers Team of the Season and the Panorama Conference out as it was then. He's back again this season. That's
right. I mean, signed on a 2-year deal, and I think the club, the chairman, has got to take credit for allowing me to keep him. We've got him on a 2-year deal. I don't think there's many better goal-scoring midfielders around at our level, and he's been a big plus for us, and hopefully that will continue.
Do you think he could be a big part of the season ahead?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's 16 goals last season for us in some really important ones at vital times. So whether he can replicate that will remain to be seen.
One player I definitely want to talk about is Harry Medway. He looked so impressive on Tuesday and continue that again today. What does Harry bring to the squad?
Well, he's, as you've seen, great energy going forwards there. He's a good defender. He's good in the air for somebody who's 5'2". He's a young lad at the moment. He's got a lot to learn, but he's willing to do the work, which is important. And he showed there what good energy and quality he's got when he can get in them areas. One
thing you mentioned about on Tuesday was Marley Ridge. One thing that I noticed today more was the fact that when he gave the ball away, 10 seconds later he won it back. I haven't seen that from many youngsters before, the ability to track back that quickly.
Yeah, he's got good desire and he's got good fitness levels as well, and he's a decent player on the ball. He's 17 years old still, so he's going to need a bit of time to bridge the gap, but he's got a chance.
Playing Portchester on Monday, before I get to talk about that, what sort of squad can we expect in the game against Portchester on Monday?
Full squad will be going, and we'll get minutes, and with a couple will come step up from the academy, along with the young lads obviously in place. But yeah, the full squad to go. We want to go and put in a good performance, want to try and win games.
And let's talk about Portchester. We know all about them, of course, local side, and they're being tipped to be there or thereabouts for the Wessex League title.
Yeah, well, a good friend of mine, Graham Ricks, is obviously the manager there, and they went on a fantastic run last year and came really close. But it's like ours, a really tight, tough league to get out of, with one team going up automatically. It's a big ask, but I think they do well this year.
And just before we let you go, that result would have taken a lot of people by surprise. The fact that the Hawks have beaten Eastleigh by 2-0. Do you pay any attention to the results in pre-season, or is it more, again, about the performance?
Yeah, no, I think we played well in a lot long periods today, which was good to see. But the hard work was there, and that was fantastic. But no, we had a couple of quality moments, won the game. I think yes, Eastleigh are missing a couple of players today, but they're still a quality outfit, and that's got to take credit for them.
I know what you're feeding them youngsters on, because they seem to have matured.
It's good for them because they've been training in and around the first team now for a while, and trying to bridge that gap takes a bit of time and confidence. So they've been in around the lads now, getting a bit more confident and starting to believe in themselves, which is massive. They're still 17, 18 years old, so it will take a bit of time before they're competing to be in the team week in and week out. But they're good lads that are honest and hard working, so they've got a chance.
Well, Lee, I'm every Hawks fan, they're going to be happy with that result, even if it is pre-season. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Richard, what did you make of the game today for Eastleigh?
All right, wasn't it? It's a good run out, competitive game. It's always going to be competitive, we knew that. I'm missing, I think I'm missing 6 big players, Ross Flipney, as you see, is in a cast. We're missing Yemi, we're missing Green, we're missing Reed, we're missing Strevens. So, we're missing some big players then. But I think we did all right for an hour. And then obviously, you start putting your fringe players on, and just gives you an idea what you're up against and where you need to improve.
Do you feel that 2-0 flattered Havant and Waterlooville, or do you think that was a fair result?
It doesn't matter what the result is, does it? It's pre-season. Whether it flattered them or not, the score's 2-0.
And how's your pre-season coming along with fitness?
It's going all right. It's going all right. Like I say, we've had a couple of injuries. Can't complain. I'll set the pre-season out, so we'll only find out when the season starts. But at the end of the day, we don't get nothing for winning any games in pre-season. And I don't mean that detrimental to Havant in any way. I've been involved in pre-seasons where we've won every game in pre-season and they've won for 5 or 6 games.
And Eastleigh came oh so close last year, fell at the playoff semi-finals. Do you think you'll be able to emulate that again this season?
I don't know, it's difficult. It's like I've said before, it's you have a lot of luck. got to have a lot of luck in this league. You got to have a lot of luck that when you're playing teams at the right time. We'll see.
With teams like Cheltenham and Tranmere coming in, do you feel that the league's more competitive than it was last year?
I've really not spent any time with the other. I've spent my time with my squad of players, the players I've tried to bring together, and trying to hopefully put them into a team. That's all I'm concerned with. I'm not concerned with anybody else.
And obviously, as the manager of Eastleigh, it's been a bit of rivalry in the past. What did you make of Havant and Waterlooville today, and where do you think they'll end up at the end of their Conference South season?
Rivalry in respect of,
with the fact that it's different postal codes, and
basically it's that's all it is, isn't it? You know, rivalry in respect. There's no rivalry. I think you see me and Lee are, you know, whatever's happened in the past, I don't know. And you know, it's the point is football moves on, moves forward, and new managers come, and you know, supporters should move on as well, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, like I said in the week, it's. As far as I'm concerned, it's a friendly rivalry, and that's what it needs to be. Havant are a good side. They played some good football today, and I hope they do well. You know, it's important that you know, when you in the National League like we are, and you having to go to Gateshead and go to Barrow, it's important that you have a couple of local games as well, or what you call local derbies. You know, we've got Aldershot, I suppose that you can call that, and Woking, but it's always nice to have another one. So, you know, I hope they do well. I hope Lee does well. I've got a lot of time for Lee. We speak quite regularly, and we exchange ideas. But with regards to rivalry, for goodness sake, this is 2015. People should move on and treat it that it's a friendly rivalry, and not something that's because it's been stirred up in the past to something that something and nothing. You know, for goodness sake, let's all move on. Yeah, let's have rivalry, but let's treat it in the right way.
Well, Richard, thank you for speaking with us. Best of luck for Eastleigh for this season. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers. Thank you.
Scott Donnelly. Scott, that was an interesting game for Havant and Waterlooville today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we were trying a new system out with a little diamond in the middle of the park, and it took us probably 5 or 6 minutes to get used to it. And then when we did, we played really well, played some lovely football, got the strikers in down the sides. Probably could have done with getting Hates on the ball a little bit more, but the more we play it, the more we get used to personnel in there, it'll work, and we should be able to destroy some teams, hopefully.
Myself and Les both proved that we know absolutely nothing about yourself, because we both said you kind of watched the game for the first 5 minutes before getting involved, and then you did that. What did you make for the first 5 minutes?
I mean, I weren't at training on Thursday, I had a work thing, so it was a little bit tricky. I went for a run, but so silly, but didn't touch a ball for 4 or 5 days, so it's a little bit long time really when you've been training so hard and trying to get your legs in. It was a new system. Out of all the systems I've played, I've never played a diamond, so it took me a little while to know who I was marking, how tucked in to get, how wide to stay, but then after 5 or 6 minutes, hopefully I got on the ball a little bit more and understood the formation a little bit better.
Well, it took 70 minutes, and then the first goal, which was an absolute peak. Good work by Harry. What did you make of it?
Yeah, the build-up play was good. I think we started deep in our half. Nice bit of football down the route, got it into Swells, driving at him, fantastic overlap, dinked to the back post, and I was half going to head it, but then I thought I'm not very good with my head, so I just hit it on the volley and struck it nicely, and it's ended up in the bottom corner.
Now the second goal, I imagine that this is probably going to have quite a few views. Talk me through the second goal from your perspective. I haven't seen a goal like that at Western Park.
Well, obviously I've tried it in other matches last season and came close to the last game of the season, I think, against Whitehawk, and me and Stocky was having a chat, and we said, look how far off his line he was. The wind was with us, so it was one of them ones where we thought if one of us gets a chance, we both got it in our legs, hopefully, to give it a go. And look, I've hit it, the wind's taken it a bit, and it's gone in off the post. I can't really. It's instinct more than anything. It wasn't premeditated. It just fell to me. I've hit it. If it don't go in, I'll probably get a lot of a stick, and it's one of them ones. But it's gone in today, and hopefully I'll try it again. And you never know. It's nice because I always look. Hopefully the goalkeeper being off their line quite a lot. It means there's more room for the strikers if you try it, and then it gives them more space to run into.
When did you realise that it was going in?
Not really. I don't know. To be honest, it started wide, and I thought it might, and then it's hit the post, and I couldn't really see from where I was whether it was going to bounce in or not, and then it hit the inside of the post and did go in, which was nice.
I think Matt was celebrating more than you were. You haven't celebrated as people will see on the video.
I didn't have anything in my I didn't have anything left in my legs, so there was no way I was running off celebrating. It's friendly as well. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it was a nice goal, but unfortunately it didn't mean we get 3 points. It just means we...
Lee and I were doing the co-commentating for the radio, and the only person I've ever seen do anything like that, and it was ages ago, it was on Match of the Day, was David Beckham at Wimbledon, and that was so Beckham-esque. The way you just hit it, and it just, well, just one of those things to actually to see it on telly is one thing, but actually being live and witness a player do that, it's just, it's amazing.
I mean, to be fair, we spoke to Steve actually, because obviously he knows what he's talking about, being the goalie coach, and he was off his line quite a lot. So we had said if it falls to you and you're in a bit of space, give it a go, and you never know. And
I mean, we spoke to the gaffer, and he said, "Yeah, Donners is always trying to do that in training." So
probably get away with it. I tried it a few times last season. The gaffer sort of had a bit of a go at me, told me to stop, and then. And look, this is the time to try things, and it's one of them ones. It's pre-season. Tried it, it's happened, but hopefully, if I ever get the chance to win a game, it goes in, it'll be even better.
Well, congratulations, Scott. You obviously were Hawks for man of the match today, so well done. I'll leave it there. Well done.